Henry Abbott was an American criminal and author. He was released from prison after gaining praise for his writing and lauded by a number of high-profile literary critics. But almost immediately he committed a murder and was locked up for the rest of his life. He was born on a U.S. Army base in Michigan to an American soldier and a Chinese woman. As a child, Abbott was in trouble with teachers and later the law, and by the age of 16 he was sent to a reform school. Prison and release in 1965, aged 20. Jack Abbott was serving a sentence for forgery in a Utah prison when he stabbed a fellow inmate to death. He was given a sentence of 3 to 20 years for this offense, and in 1971 his sentence was increased by a further 19 years after he escaped and committed a bank robbery in Colorado. Behind bars he was troublesome and refused to obey guardies' orders, and spent a lot of time in solitary confinement. In 1977 he read that author Norman Mailer was writing about convicted killer Gary Gilmore. Abbott wrote to Mailer and offered to write about his time behind bars and the conditions he was in. Mailer agreed and helped to publish In the Belly of the Beast, Abbott's book on life in the prison system consisting of his letters to Mailer. Mailer supported Abbott's attempts to gain parole, which was successful in June 1980 when Abbott was released. He went to New York City and was the toast of the literary scene for a short while. Norman Mailer was subjected to some criticism for his role in getting Jack Abbott released and was accused of being so blinded by Abbott's evident talent for writing that he did not take into account Abbott's propensity for violence. In a 1992 interview in the Buffalo News, Mailer said that his involvement with Abbott was another episode in my life in which I can find nothing to cheer about or nothing to take pride in. Murder and return to prison on the morning of July 18th. Just 6 weeks after getting out of prison, Jack Abbott went to a small cafe called the Binnabarn in Manhattan. He clashed with 22-year-old Richard Aiden over Aiden's telling him the restroom was for staff only. The short-tempered Abbott stabbed Aiden in the chest, killing him. The very next day, unaware of Abbott's crime, the New York Times ran a positive review of The Belly of the Beast. After some time on the run, Abbott was arrested and charged with murdering Richard Aiden. At his trial in January 1982, he was convicted of manslaughter and given 15 years to life.